Hi Aquarius, Trishna here. Welcome to your January 2020 love reading. So in this video, we're going to do what I did in my last sets of videos in December. I'm going to share my intuitive insights first, and then I'm going to shuffle a deck and pull out some tarot cards, and we're going to do a tarot reading for the second half of this video. What I'm feeling for you intuitively, Aquarius, is I feel like there's not really a lot going on in your romantic relationship realm right now. I feel like December might have been a very intense month for you with regards to your relationships, and somehow now is a calm after the storm. And I feel like you might be out of touch a little bit with your partner. Like maybe you're staying in touch, but not as often as you used to, and you may not be seeing each other as often as you used to, if even at all. And I feel like you feel good about that situation. Maybe not good, but you feel relieved, you feel calmer, that you have a little more space or a little more time to yourself. And so even though there is a separation, you feel better. You feel good about it. Like you're really not thinking about it, I guess is the right way to say it. Is like you have the separation and your mind has moved on to other things, other areas of your life. So maybe now you're more focused on your work than you are on your relationship, and like your work is taking up a lot more of your attention and your relationship is kind of more on the back burner or kind of in the background, just not really a focus point for you right now, unless like you don't think about it unless it kind of comes up. So I don't know if your partner maybe is traveling, maybe they have gotten deployed to a different country or to a different location. Maybe your partner is traveling abroad for a little while or doing like a study abroad or something like that for a few months. I feel like you guys have decided to take a break, not for forever, I don't think. Definitely for about 4 months though. Like I feel like this is not just a week or a month kind of situation. This is like you two are going to be taking a break and you feel fine about it. If anything, I think your partner is a little bit more disappointed by it than you are. And there may be some kind of distance, like through travel, and that may affect time zones and how often you two see each other or talk to each other and that kind of thing. So that's what I feel for you, Aquarius, is you had an intense month in December, and now it's like not a lot's going on in your relationship life, and that's okay because you're focused on your career or a hobby or a passion, and you're still in touch with this person, but not as often as you used to be. It's not as intense, and this is something that's going to go on for maybe 4 months or so. And I feel like the two of you are going to get back together after that. I feel like this break will, what is that saying where it's like distance makes the heart grow fonder or something like that? I feel like right now you feel okay about this separation or this break or like this distance. Like you two are still in touch, I think, but not as often. I think you feel good about it right now just because you're focused on other things. Like you would rather spend your time on other things right now. But as like 2 months roll by, I think you're going to start to miss having your partner, want that connection with them again. And I think that within like once 2 months after that, so 4 months from now, the two of you are going to get back together. You're going to want to talk things through. And I think the person's going to move back probably to where you are. And it's going to be time to rekindle that relationship and start things up again. And I feel like it's not really going to be starting over. It's like something doesn't feel like, yeah, it's like you feel okay about this. So I feel like it's not really a breakup. You two are fine. Like your partner is a little more sad, like they miss you more than you miss them. And you feel a little bit more reserved or like more serious, like more emotionally distant. But yeah, so anyways, the two of you are going to get back together in about 4 months, but you weren't ever truly apart. That's why I'm like, this is like a jumble for me to figure out for you. And yeah, I think that things are gonna go well. You're gonna rekindle your relationship. Things are gonna be good. It's gonna take off at a slower pace, but I feel like it's gonna be good, I think. So that's what I'm feeling for you, Aquarius, for the intuitive portion. Now I'm going to get a deck of tarot cards, shuffle them, and show you the cards, and we're going to walk through the tarot portion of this reading. Alright, Aquarius, so I pulled some cards from the Witch's Tarot deck by Ellen Dugan, and we're going to cover the top 6 cards in this video, and then in the extended video we will cover the last 6 cards. So in the top row, we have the Nine of Swords, the Four of Cups, the Ten of Swords, the Empress, the Death card, and the Strength card. So with this Nine of Swords, this to me represents what we were talking about in the intuitive portion of this video, where basically there was something really intense that happened. Maybe there was a lot of really intense conversations that were had. Maybe there was a lot of really intense emotional sharing of feelings, and it was a throwdown. It was pretty intense, whatever it was that happened. And now you're in this position where it's like, okay, that's over, we've overcome that, that's done. And you know, when you've had a really intense day, all you want to do is just like lie on the bed and lie down and just like relax and basically mentally process without actually thinking about something and just kind of vegetate for a little bit. That's where you're at, where it's like something was super intense, and now it's time for a little bit of relaxation, a little bit of quiet, a little separation from the situation to recuperate from everything that has basically happened. So something intense really happened, you're trying to recuperate, but you're also feeling really relaxed and kind of relieved about the whole situation. And that's basically where you're at right now. With the Four of Cups, I feel like even though you're feeling pretty good about the situation, between the two of you, one or both of you feels like something was lost, something didn't turn out the way that it was intended or that the way that either of you really wanted. Even though you feel better after the throwdown or showdown, whatever the word is, there is a sense of longing, of loss, of thinking about what really happened. Something feels a little bit amiss as a result of the situation. Now, this Ten of Swords to me represents what this situation was kind of about. I think that somebody got really, really hurt. Either they felt really pinned down by something, or maybe the other person or the relationship, or maybe they felt like the other person, like maybe something happened to one partner and the other person tried to help, but the partner feels like even though the other one tried to help them, they didn't do enough. And so they feel a little bit betrayed or a little bit hurt that, yeah, you helped me, but you didn't do everything that you could. You didn't like help me completely. You kind of half-assed it. So something happened here with the Ten of Swords that is what created a lot of these issues, and that has put the two of you in the position that you are currently in right now. With the Empress, I feel like this is you, Aquarius. I feel like you feel like maybe you have lost your magic touch, or I feel like you have lost a part of yourself or a sense of yourself. Maybe through this relationship, you started pursuing dreams with your partner that you thought were your dreams as well, but you've started to realize that they were never really your dreams, or that you don't really want those dreams anymore. And you feel like you've lost touch with your own desires, your own interests, and your own dreams. And so you feel a little bit disconnected from yourself. You feel like you've lost your own magic a little bit. And I feel like with the Strength card, that's going to be you taking this time apart to really connect with yourself again, to find the inner strength again, to find what makes you happy again, to feel whole again. This time apart is really going to be good for you, and it's going to feel good. You're going to be happy to reconnect with yourself. And I guess that's maybe why you're focusing on other areas of your life more than you are your relationship. It's because you really need to do that to find yourself and connect with yourself again, and to be happy again, because you just don't feel in touch. You don't feel whole. And with the Death card, what I feel like this, so Death card tends to represent a transformation that is happening or that needs to happen in the relationship. And I feel like this is very much tied to the Ten of Swords and the hurt that was created. I feel like the hurt that was created can be overcome through this transformation that needs to happen. But in order to be able to go through this transformation and to be able to overcome the hurt that was created in this situation, the inner demons need to be worked on, they need to be addressed, they need to be processed through, they need to be overcome. The inner demons need to be overcome. And there are probably demons on both sides, like both of you probably have things that you need to work on and overcome, but I feel like especially for the person who hurt the other person, they're the ones that really need to do a lot more of that work to overcome whatever it is that put them in a situation where they didn't really help the other person as much as they should have, or they aren't feeling the feelings as much as the other person, or they are feeling pinned down in some way. Like whoever hurt the other person is the one that has more to overcome in this situation, to really resolve and really understand why they reacted the way that they did, why they felt the way that they did, why they kind of have certain patterns that they may have. Yeah, so whoever hurt the other person, I believe, is the one who needs to work more on their demons. And I think this time apart is a really good way for them to do that. Of course, whenever we're in a relationship, if one person has some things that they need to work on, really it's a joint effort. It's a partnership, and so you're supposed to be partners in everything. And I do think that at some point the two of you will need to work on this together, but I feel like for right now it's good that this is being done apart, because the person who needs to do all this reflection work really needs the time and the space to actually be able to reflect on these things so that they can really clarify what's going on within them and have clearer thoughts about everything that has transpired, because they're really not clear. They really don't know. They really were just being in reactive mode and not really thinking about what they were doing. And so they don't have a lot of the answers that they need to have in order to be able to work on the situation and to improve and to build a better relationship with the other person. So this time apart is good. And yeah, it's good. And I think that both of you understand that. That's probably why it's a break and not a breakup that's really happening between the two of you. And it's probably why you two are going to get back together in about 4 months. And yeah, and when the two of you get back together for about 4 months from now, it's going to be a slow progress, getting back together. But I think it's really important that then the two of you work on some things together, because I did feel like when the two of you get back together, it's not going to necessarily be this happy reunion. So, I think there's still going to be work that needs to be done and things that need to be addressed and talked about. And it's important that you two have this space so that you don't have a discussion the way that you did with the Nine of Swords, where it was really intense. It was a serious showdown. You guys want to come back together in a way where, yes, it's obviously going to be still an intense conversation, but the way that you handle it is better than the way that maybe you handled it in December. So, I think that whatever transpired in December, it's fine. Like, sometimes you really just need to get your emotions out there the way that the two of you did. And at least it's leading to a transition and not a breakup. But I do think that maybe things could have been different, like handled differently, to where the two of you could have stayed in closer contact and worked on things while still being together instead of being separated. So that would be the only difference. But the two of you are going to come back together, and I think that whoever got hurt really needs to be open to things changing and have patience in this situation and be open to a newer, better version of their partner when they come back after this break and this transition period. So there's going to have to be forgiveness on both sides. The person who hurt the other person will have to reflect and forgive themselves so that they can do better, because if they're stuck in guilt, then they'll be consumed by it. So like, how can they do better? They'll just be stuck in their guilt. So they need to forgive themselves. And then the other person, whoever got hurt, is the one that needs to forgive the other person, because I think that whatever happened is kind of minor. Like, the partner did come in to help the other person, even though they like half did it, but they did come in to help. So like the issue is minor. However, obviously there's something deeper to it for it to have caused such an intense showdown. So there's something deeper beneath the surface of this more minor issue that needs to be addressed. And that's where the demons lie. It's not in like the surface area of what happened, it's in the depths of like, why did that happen? And why does this type of thing continue to happen? So that's why this transformation needs to happen. It's very, very much at a deep level. It's not about this surface issue. It's about something deeper that needs to be addressed. And the partner who got hurt, who is not the one working on their demons, they need to understand that demons are deep, and the person, when we have demons, it's really more subconscious programming. It's not really conscious intention. So, the partner who hurt the other one didn't necessarily mean to do that, but like there's a subconscious programming that was there that they need to unprogram. Wow, I'm losing my voice. and that they will unprogram over this 4 months. Have water. Sorry about that. So, yeah, and they're going to work on that, so be ready to forgive. Because the work will have been done, and the one who got hurt will need to be there to support the one who's working on things. Like, the one who's working on things has probably deeper hurts that stem from way before that have created this subconscious programming that causes them to hurt you. So there's healing that's needed on both sides. So make sure that if you're the person who was hurt, that you try to be supportive of your partner when they come back around. Because they are really trying to do the work to be a better partner. And if you can forgive them, you two can have a good relationship together. If you can't, then the relationship is going to stagnate and these issues are going to continue. And that's just not fun for anybody. So Aquarius, that's what I'm getting for your reading for this YouTube portion. If you're interested in the extended, we'll be talking about the Eight of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the Two of Swords, the High Priest, the Eight of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. So some intense cards to come, but it all ends in a positive note, so that's good. So if you're interested in the extended, I will see you in that video. You can access it at the link at the end of this video. It's www.patreon.com/Trishna. You can also access the link in the description box. So if you're interested in that, I will see you there, Aquarius. If not, thank you so much for watching. I hope I earned your like and your subscribe, and I will see you in my next video on YouTube.